Tech fans, what's going on? Welcome back once again to the channel. Now, I know that most of you guys out there are PC Master Race guys. There are some console dudes out there, but most of you guys are generally Mac haters. You guys hate anything Mac, anything Apple. Whenever that comes out, you're like, I hate it. Now, the new iPhone 8 and iPhone 8 Plus, though, they just dropped today at 10 o'clock in the morning. Apple announced a bunch of new stuff. They said they had a new watch. They had a new TV thing that did 4K. They had the iPhone 8, iPhone 8 Plus, and then another video we'll talk about the new iPhone 10 or the iPhone X as they're calling it. But either way, now we have two phones that are coming out right off the bat that you guys will see really soon here, the iPhone 8 and the iPhone 8 Plus. And a lot of things actually about these phones are very similar, but there are 5 things not to hate about the iPhone 8. Now, right off the bat, I said even though there's going to be 2 different models, which means 2 different price points. Now, there's only going to be 3 colors as well. Silver, space gray, and gold. Those will be all you can get as far as your colors go. No more white, no more black, no more red, no more anything else except for those 3 colors out of the gate. Now, as far as storage goes, they've actually upped the storage. You can get either a 64 gigabyte version or a 256 gigabyte version. Now, the iPhone 8, its 64 gigabyte version, it comes to market at $699 and $849 for the 256. And for the iPhone 8 Plus, it's coming to market at $799 for the 64 and $949 for the 256 gigabytes. So that's a lot more pricey. The cameras and stuff are pretty much identical across the board. That stuff's pretty much the same. But with that said, let's jump in and let's talk about 5 reasons why you don't need to hate the iPhone 8. Okay, so the number one reason to don't hate the 8 is this is the very first device that we've seen from Apple that features the brand new A11 Bionic CPU. That's right, the A11 Bionic. And this is a 6-core CPU. It's supposed to be up to like 25% faster. It has a lot of different things inside of it, but what's best of all is the ability to do all kinds of augmented reality, all kinds of 3D games. You're going to be able to do this by Metal 2 and Core ML. These technologies make that very, very unique, and that's something that Apple, they've really been leading with the A10, but now with the A11 Bionic, the Bionic's like the Bionic Man, right? That's just crazy shit all the way across the board, though. This CPU is going to be the fastest one that you've ever seen. In fact, of all the videos that we did in the past, pretty much anything that we ever tested against the A10 beat it. So I gotta say, in the phone world, it's a little bit different. Like in the PC world, we all know the AMD NVIDIA thing. Like NVIDIA just kind of chilling, but now we see Apple. They're just like throwing the book out and bringing technology. Even though they're already winning, they're actually bringing some innovative technology to a brand new CPU in the iPhone 8. So that's pretty good stuff right there. The A11 Bionic has 6 cores and 4.3 billion transistors. It also has 4 efficiency cores that are up to 70% faster than the A10 Fusion chip, and 2 performance cores that are up to 25% faster. But best of all about the A11 Bionic is that you can harness the power of all 6 cores simultaneously if you need that turbo boost. Another thing that Apple has introduced with the A11 Bionic is their own GPU. Now, this is a 3-core GPU that's going to bring all of your gaming and everything on your screen with much more clarity and much more dynamic range. Now, the number 2 reason not to hate the 8 is the fact that it comes with its own very unique design that's completely glass. That's right. It's completely made of glass, and it features these brand new stainless steel bands for your Wi-Fi that make it really unique. And in fact, the way everything blends together, it just looks so smooth and so nice. Now, if anyone out there happens to remember the old Star Trek movies a long time ago, they had this episode where they had to go back in time and get a whale and bring it to the future because, whales were communicating with outer space whales and the Earth was going to be destroyed. Well, the only way to do this was to come up with this technology where you had glass that was stronger than steel to bring the whale back up. And so they did this. They made this glass that was stronger than steel. So when I saw this all glass design, for some reason in my butt, that just popped into my head and I thought, okay, that's pretty cool. What if they can actually make glass that's stronger than steel? Now with the brand new iPhone 8 and iPhone 8 Plus, we'll have to get the phone in here and do some drop tests and test it out, but it'll be very interesting to see how tough this new design actually is in real world testing. Reason number 3 not to hate the 8. Wireless charging. That's right, for the first time you get wireless charging right out of the box. And not only that, you get up to 50% of your charge in a half an hour. So it's actually the fastest charging because it has fast charge capabilities than any other iPhone that's come out before. So if you're looking for that type of feature, you love the wireless charging and you want your phone to charge up really fast without waiting around, hey, that's another thing not to hate. Okay, reason number 4 not to hate the 8. Now this is a real favorite of mine, man. Slow-mo at 240 frames per second. That's right, man. Complete badass slow mode. So if you're into doing that type of stuff and your guy does a lot of videography and you do it through your camera, these kind of features are going to be awesome. And check this out, 4K at 60 frames per second. Right on. I mean, to me, being a video guy, that just sounds completely awesome. There were a lot of pictures and stuff that they showed during the presentation, and it just looked really awesome. So for me, being able to get a phone that has, 4K that you can film at 60 frames per second, that's like some of the high-end cameras out there. So if you have that right on your phone, that is a badass feature. And for like filming stuff at concerts and stuff, or crashes of motorcycles, or for stunts, or even jokes, having that slow-mo feature at 240 frames per second is just really cool. And that's something definitely not to hate about the 8. And while we're still talking about cameras and stuff, reason number 5 is portrait lighting. Now this might not sound like it's all that much like, oh, portrait lighting, or that's like, but it's actually really, really awesome, because just think about this. Now inside, built into it, and they say that it's not an app or anything else, this is actually built-in hardware features in the iPhone 8 and iPhone 8 Plus, is this new lighting feature. And what it basically does is it changes the different lighting around a portrait picture. So you can change the way it looks, you can change the lighting on your face, you can just do a lot of different things as far as the lighting aspect goes. And this is pretty cool, because if you've ever been into a professional photography studio, they have a shit ton of lights all over the place, and they have all these techniques that they use to get these different effects when they're taking portraits. Well, now Apple has stuck these inside of the iPhone 8 and the iPhone 8 Plus. And like I said, even though the cameras themselves are still just 12 megapixels, this technology is really awesome. So if you take a lot of pictures of people, landscapes, and you do just all kinds of different stuffs, the new software and stuff, well, not software, but the new features that they have inside of the iPhone 8 and the iPhone 8 Plus, just with taking photos all together, is definitely something not to hate about the iPhone 8. So there you guys have it, folks. Like I said in the beginning, I know that a lot of you people out there, you guys are like, whatever. But there are 5 really cool things about the 8 that you shouldn't hate, and that's why I brought those to the table today. The pricing on them, yeah, they're a little bit pricey, but it just seems like cell phones these days are just off the hook. And if you're a person and you just like living in the Apple world, which I'm sure some people out there, they love that whole Apple environment, they love everything Apple. For you folks out there, this is great news. For you people out there who might be interested, this is probably good news, but at the end of the day, hey, 5 reasons not to hate the 8. Peace out.